Is there any such thing as a pain-free birth? The supermodel Gisele Bundchen, she had one. She says popping out of some Benjamin last year didn't hurt at all. And no, she wasn't on drugs. Is that what he looks like? He looks just like a horse. The 29-year-old used yoga and meditated instead. When she felt a contraction coming, she simply told herself, this is just the baby closer to coming out, rather than noticing any pain. Anybody else feeling sick? And yet researchers at Newcastle University found many women underestimate the pain of childbirth and were thus unprepared for the horrors of the delivery room. Over half the mums who plan to pop a sprog without pain relief, they end up begging for it. Pain relief, that is. Now, some doctors share Gisele's belief that a pain-free labour is achievable. The fabulously named Dr. Grantley Dick Reed. I promised myself I wouldn't laugh, but... Dr. Grantley Dick Reed said in his classic tome, Childbirth Without Fear, he argued that much of the pain of having a baby is in your mind, girls. And... yeah, but Nadia, you share that belief, don't you?
OK, right, OK. I have very strong beliefs on this. I had both my babies at home. My first baby, it was almost 3 days. I thought I was going to die. The pain was beyond anything anyone had ever told me, and I considered myself a survivor of torture. Exactly, OK? My second birth, I did everything Gisele did. I had hypnobirthing, I read every book, I thought about every contraction as bringing my baby closer. I said open about 5 million times. I think she did the same. Open! Open! Instead of going, oh, can't. Because when you do that, all the muscles shut down. It's like the fear and, you know, the fear and flight thing. Like, if you're very frightened, all the blood that you need in your body goes to where you need to run. And basically, the womb, the uterus seizes. So I did it the other way, and I didn't push. I breathe. They say you breathe baby out, and I did it. And I had my
No pain relief at all?
No pain relief. I had no pain relief either time. But the second time, I could have had a baby a week later the second time because I was so empowered. My baby came out, she landed on the sitting room floor and she just went like that. The first baby screamed and screamed. She'd been through hell, the first one. And I passionately believe it was my fear that stopped her being able to come out. Because I just closed my legs and say, no, I can't do it anymore, I can't do it anymore. And I think that, I mean, I get so cross because I think so many women don't get the birth they're entitled to. You know, flat on your back. Put a woman on her back. I see that as abuse. Why would you... Imagine if you had to do a massive poo. Would you lie on your back? No, you'd... And that's how you should have a baby.
Yasmin, do you have anything to contribute?
I'm very jealous of women who are able to do what you were able to do. I'm a coward. B, I hate pain.
So am I.
So I've both times walked into hospital when there was barely a contraction and said, can I have my epidural now? And it was like watching telly. It was great. So I envy women who can do it.
No, but why do you envy them? Because you've given birth, beautiful children, beautiful, beautiful children, and you got to watch EastEnders.
But there's something lovely when she's... Yeah, I know.
The euphoria, you literally, drugs are released into your body that you can only imagine. The absolute... and I really don't want to make people feel sick. I want to inspire people. When you do it that way with the support, loving support of other women, and you are, you know, you believe in this incredible machine that is your body that can get your baby out. It's changed my whole life being that way.
It didn't hurt at all.
No, pain wasn't the right... The first one was agony like you couldn't believe. It wasn't pain. It was an incredible force of nature because I breathed the baby out. I didn't push. They don't believe in pushing.
Both my kids were born without drugs.
Really?
Not by accident. Because, the first kid, Daniel, he seemed a bit sleepy and he was about a week overdue. So they didn't want to give, you know, my missus anything. She wanted it. I'm telling you, did she want it? And so just gas and air, but she sort of popped him out after about 6 hours. And then... Well,
6 hours is a long time for a puppy.
I was prepared for a long haul. I bought a packed lunch, but... I've been warned. I bought chicken and sweet corn soup. No, seriously. As soon as the ambulance, because they sent an ambulance them days, came for her, I started making sandwiches. Well, I'm from a big family, so I know it can take a long time. So, although she was shaking a bit, you know, and in pain afterwards, I was eating them, and then I stuck the radio on to listen to Man United West Ham commentary. But for the second one, again, it came too quickly. There wasn't a midwife around, so me and her just shared the gas and air. And, again, it hurt a lot, because she called me some right names.
But she did. I'm just glad you got to see the football. Now, forgive me for jumping in. Time's short. Let's find out whether any of you have enjoyed a pain-free birth. Doesn't size come into it, Kirsty?
I think size does matter. We have Tamara on line 3.
Morning, Tamara.
Good morning. Can I just say, Nadia, thank you so much. You have now just changed so many women's lives by talking about hypnobirthing, because it absolutely 100% works.
Hang on, let me just finish my mung bean whole wheat sandwich. I'll be right with you.
It's truly the most amazing way to birth.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, I am evangelical about it.
You should bring it into Sierra Leone, where 1 in 8 women die giving, you know, with natural childbirth.
Well, yeah. Can I ask, I mean, how big was your baby?
My baby was just over 9.5 pounds, and I also breathed my baby out, and I had a smile on my face, and I just wanted to do it again the next day. I loved the experience.
Now, that's unnatural. That's
Tamara,
unnatural.
was this your first?
No, this was my second. I had a very, very traumatic first birth, and I booked a C-section as soon as I found out I was pregnant second time around. And I stumbled across hypnobirthing purely by chance at 36 weeks pregnant, and it just changed my life.
Well. I can't believe you said you wanted to do it again the next day, Tamara.
I did because of this incredible empowerment, you know. It really is the best high of your life.
Poor man, if she would have had any drug on the planet.
I just want to speak up for epidurals.
Come on.
Don't give up on the epidurals yet.
I think it's really important to say that you can't just say to yourself, oh, I'm going to have a water birth, or I am going to breathe my baby out. I worked extremely hard for weeks and weeks, visualising, reading, doing the deep breathing. I worked really hard to do it. I made sure that my baby felt very...
You must have had faith.
I had faith. Well, no. Did I have faith? I really wanted to have faith because I couldn't bear the thought of going through what I'd gone through before. So that drove me, and I mean, my dad always says to me, you know, you really got the birth you deserved because I fought for it, you know, like, things like, you know, it might sound a little bit heebie-jeebie hippie, but I did do it. I would talk to my baby, I'd say, you're going to have an amazing birth, we're going to have an incredible birth, and I really believe all of that worked.
You see, if I had had 3 days of trauma delivering the first, I would have taken my own epidural. I just don't... It's just the idea that I would even attempt it again. It just wouldn't happen. You know, it's like one bad experience at the dentist, I don't go for 5 years.
Well, I use only alternative medicine anyway, have done for 20 years. I only use homeopathy and everything. So it's just not my... I don't go to the doctor if I'm ill. Okay. So I don't think having a baby means you're ill. So unless you've got complications, why have it in a hospital? And they're dirty places a lot of the time.
OK.
My house is cleaner than the hospital.
Let's leave it there. Again, it's an education.